I've had a lot going on in the last week or so, and I kind of want to document it all because it's really beautiful what's happening. But there's so much to say and so little time to say it. I've got quite a busy day today, but I'm going to say this one thing. Some of you are generational curse breakers. You're here to change the way that things have always been done, which means that you're going to have to make decisions that go against all of your internal kind of the way you've been brought up. Perhaps you might find that you go against the way that you were raised, certain things, and it's not saying bad, I don't like that word anyway, but different. You're breaking the mold and you're breaking patterns, choosing to go in a way that hasn't been done before. Each generation through your family line, it might be that your parents were breaking the mold for their generation and they were doing things that hadn't been done before, but there was only so much that they could do or that they'd signed up for in their soul path. And then you're here in the next generation doing even more than perhaps they accomplished. And it might not be parents, but just your generational line. I have been told that there's a double portion upon my life from the things that my mother broke. And for my mother's time, she was a bit of a rule breaker, a bit of a challenge. She challenged people's thinking in terms of religion and structure, yet there were still things that I didn't agree with. And Spirit's been talking to me about healing and healing your generational line. And, you know, with each generation, there is more healing, there is more freedom if you choose to be the one that says, I'm going to make that change. I'm going to stand up and do things different, even if I'm misunderstood, which is predominantly how these things go. You might be considered that you're the black sheep. And I wanted to show you a beautiful example of a realization that I had the other day about healing. I've got my daughter, my eldest daughter, and I'm the eldest in my siblings. My grandfather recently passed, and when he was younger, he had an accident where this finger was chopped off, this was bent, it was sawn off, and he had a hand like this. And the other day, I had this realization that I have the same scar. I nearly lost this finger, and I've got scars here. Yeah, so you can see I got ice skated over, and I nearly lost this finger, and then it goes all the way through. Can't see, my nails are awful. Here. And this, it went right across the same fingers. Yeah, I didn't lose that finger, I almost did. And this was less of a scarring, but it was in exactly the same place, the same fingers as my granddad. And I was feeling like Spirit was saying, each generation is going to be healed by the breaking of these patterns. We're being set free, we're being liberated if we choose to stand in the gap and do that. And then my eldest daughter came to me, and she has the same scar but less. And it was like Spirit saying, when you are that generational breaker, you're bringing that healing to your family and your bloodline. So, you know, my granddad was like this, I'm a bit less, she's a bit less, to the point where it's clean and we're healed. So if you find yourself in a place where you're constantly misunderstood, or you feel like you're here with a voice or a mission that goes against or is different to the way that you were raised, and sometimes you may feel like the odd one out or the black sheep, then know that you have a strong calling upon your life to bring change and to make a difference, to ultimately bring healing to your generation and the generations to come. And if that ain't a good enough reason for you, I don't know what is.